welcome to SuperKicking It with Kelsi. If you haven't watched Final Battle, don't watch this video because there'll be spoilers. I want to talk about what Final Battle was like, what I thought about it. Ospreay versus Matt Taven. That was an awesome match. It was really good for an opening match, especially. Ospreay has had an amazing year with match quality. He's just so good in every way. He's had great matches with Kushida this year. He had a really great one with Jay White that no one was expecting it to be so good. But yeah, Ospreay just continues to surprise me, and I don't know, he's just amazing. And let's see, what else about Final Battle? What did you guys think about the pay-per-view? I really enjoyed it. Then I was really happy with the results of Lethal versus Marty Scurll, because I wanted Lethal to win, which is kind of weird because Marty Scurll's one of my favorites, but I really like Jay Lethal too, so I don't know, I was torn. I ended up rooting for Jay Lethal, and I'm really glad he won, and I wish it was for the belt though. It was just kind of like an awesome match, and I wish there was some stakes in it though. I mean, there was a lot on the line in terms of reputation, like you were saying, like, oh, you're a heel to Jay Lethal, you're a villain like me, and I guess it was about pride and stuff, but still wanted the title to be on the line, because I would love for Lethal to have a title. And it'd be great if it was a New Japan title. What else did you guys enjoy? Because it was an awesome pay-per-view, but I will say, it wasn't as good as past Final Battles, I think. Like last year. Last year's Final Battle was incredible with the surprise, video of the Hardys, the Broken Hardys. That was incredible. I jumped up and down. I marked out for that. So I don't know. I don't think anything could have beaten that this year, because that was so big and unexpected, because they weren't with Ring of Honor, so it was just out of the blue that they appeared on the video screen and that they were going to start a program with the Bucks. So to me, I kept waiting for like a really big moment to equal that, and it never really came or happened. And I did think there was this part right after the Briscoes versus Bully Ray and Dreamer. They showed like the top 5 moments in all the Final Battles. And number 1 was Aries versus Samoa Joe. And once they showed that, I was like, is Aries going to show up? Because I kind of thought that might happen since, you know, he's on the indie scene now. And although he's wrestling with Defiant Wrestling, which was WCPW, I really thought that that wouldn't stop him from being able to wrestle with Ring of Honor. And I really thought that's where he's going to end up. It still could happen. Maybe it's going to happen at Supercard of Honor or another pay-per-view, or maybe it won't happen at all, but it would be really cool to see Austin Aries back in Ring of Honor. I'd freaking love that. So it was kind of like misleading that was number 1. I was like, oh, is he going to come out all of a sudden? No, so that didn't really have a surprise because it wasn't there. Cody's hair, what the hell? It was completely bleach blonde, and I actually kind of liked it. I mean, it looks weird, but it's definitely a cool tribute. I think he was playing tribute to his dad, and I can't believe they actually gave the belt to Dalton Castle. That was really unexpected. I'll say this, I'm a huge fan of Dalton Castle's gimmick and character. I really like it. It's unique. It's out there. I love the boys, and the boys were back in full force. So it was awesome to see the boys. You don't ever mess with another man's boys, as Dalton Castle would say. So they were back, and he reigned victorious, which was so surprising. I just can't believe it. With all the publicity that Cody Rhodes has been bringing into Ring of Honor and how well he's been doing as champion, I'm just surprised they took the belt off of him. I thought they would leave it on for at least a little bit longer. But I think, you know, it's the right choice to change it up a little bit, because people have wanted Dalton Castle to have his moment for a long time now. So I think in the long run it'll be the right decision, and they'll have an awesome rematch, I'm sure. Their gimmicks, both of their gimmicks, I like a lot better than their wrestling styles, though, I have to admit. The crowd was actually pretty dead during Cody versus Castle, which I guess wasn't surprising since I'm sure they were exhausted from the whole show, but to me it wasn't as exciting as the other matches on the card, but I did enjoy it. Let's go back to the Briscoes and Bully Ray. I loved that match, and it was really cool because Bully Ray tweeted out today, my final battle was in my hometown, in one of my favorite buildings, in a company I respect, fighting side by side with my best friend, in front of fans, the most passionate wrestling fans, against 2 fellow warriors. I thought that was such an awesome tweet, and it was a great match. It was hardcore. It was perfect for that crowd, and perfect if it is the last match of Bubba Ray / Bully Ray. We'll have to see if that's really true or not, but if it was, I think it was a great way to be sent off. There are rumors that he's joining the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Who knows? That would be kind of cool, but I don't know. He seems to be really entrenched with Ring of Honor. I don't know if he really would be inducted this year, so soon, after he's retired. Because we don't know for sure. Motor City Machine Guns versus Best Friends. I really love Best Friends. Motor City Machine Guns, they're really solid wrestlers, but they just don't excite me very much. But I love Best Friends. They're so ridiculous. And during the match, there were some great quotes by Colt Cabana and Ian Riccaboni. For the second time in a row, Ian Riccaboni quotes Nickelodeon's Doug from the 90s, and he says, "banging on a trash can." And I know he quotes it because I tweeted him about it, and he said he did quote it. So that was freaking awesome. I'm like, are you really quoting Doug? And he said yes. So he did it again. That was a few pay-per-views ago from the first time, and this time he did it again, and I tweeted about it again. Like, I can't believe you're quoting Doug again. So after that, in the Best Friends match, Colt Cabana quotes Tommy Boy and says, "Brothers don't shake hands, brothers gotta hug." And I was like, oh man, such great quotes. Also later, or actually it was in a Ring of Honor TV taping, Colt Cabana had this awesome quote where he said about like a guy who doesn't have an entrance, a jobber essentially. He's one of those guys who's just in the ring, like he doesn't have an entrance. It was just so funny when he said that. Overall, I think my favorite match of the night, I know it's weird, but I really liked Ospreay versus Taven. I thought it was really exciting, and I really enjoyed it. Like I said, of course I love the Bucks match. That was really entertaining. I'm not really happy about hearing rumors about War Machine going to WWE. I'm sure everyone disagrees with me, but I would just love if they would stay. Please stay. Don't go to WWE. Some people would be like, oh yeah, they'd have, a bigger audience, and they'd get to work with different teams, and they've done everything they could do on the indie scene. And I mean, that could be true, but it's just like WWE and NXT have so many people, so many great, like, insane wrestlers. Their roster has never been better in terms of, like, so much talent, so much potential, but it's not being tapped into. And I feel like that just sucks. And is War Machine just going to be another, untapped, full potential tag team? I think they could. Not that all the tag teams are not being used well. There are some that are doing great, especially in NXT. It's just that, I don't know, I just love seeing them in Ring of Honor, and I'd really miss seeing them without any limitations, basically. So, I don't know. We'll see. That's a rumor going around right now that they're leaving. I don't know if that's true. It could very well be. In which case, no! I don't know. What did you guys think of Final Battle? Like I said earlier, it was great, but it wasn't as good as last year, in my opinion.